which has to be quite short in terms of disbanding the political killings. It's not so much of a transition; it's more of disbanding, and then you then streamline things in line with the detective services of the country generally as you work, with more emphasis on curtailing matters, curtailing firearms, curtailing things like drugs and all of that, which are giving us trouble in the country, more than political killings as it was conceived in 2018 and so on. Now you leave that part. You then go to the last one. One of the oversights that got created when the political killings unit was established was to have one person heading political killings team, but at the same time doing intelligence, head of intelligence. Now, I regard that as an oversight, maybe unintentional, because running intelligence services, crime intelligence services in the country is quite an important task, 24/7. You can't at the same time be running a political task. I mean, political killings task team, because you then have to overlap and run dockets and do all sorts of things, which would inevitably lead to blurred responsibilities, maybe unintentionally, and all of that. So we are dealing with all these matters, clean them up, and we would want to get your support in moving with these processes, and then in due course come back to report on outcomes of our discussions, investigations as outlined, and further discussions within SAPS to make the organization function better overall, as it were. Get us clear, Chair, and the Portfolio Committee. There's nowhere where we talk about political killings task team not having done good work or a good job, despite the weaknesses or despite certain issues that needs to be attended to. There's nowhere where we say so. But we're rather saying it has played its role, and we need to get to a different. We're in a different period and different conditions, and we have to align ourselves with such. That example of murder and robbery with a number of tasks under it is one. And we had a meeting last Thursday where we're looking at this poll as a whole and saying how do we shift SAPS as a whole to operate on a cutting edge as a result of crime and crimes that are being committed despite the decline, but not at the level that we want in terms of the levels of crime. We're still high, and we can't continue explaining ourselves that crime is declining, but at a very high level. With 263 murders, for instance, in the Cape Flats alone in 3 months. That's too high a number for us to be comfortable, and we've got to adjust. So once we have met National Commissioner at SAPS management after Thursday's meeting, we'll be clearer in our heads on how we are shifting to the cutting edge and repositioning even that branch so that we can effectively fight crime on the ground as happening. Thank you very much for your kindness, Chair, for this opportunity to explain some of the things. And I do want to say to the Portfolio Committee, some of the questions that we're facing in Parliament this afternoon, we will use the context of this discussion and to respond to them so that we are aligned. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much.
Maybe the deputy ministers may want to make a comment here and there. I'm just saying in case they want to, for them to be given an opportunity. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Minister. I will give them an opportunity.